So the big question is this: how are marketers like us, who don't cut corners and rely on hype-filled, black hat, scammy marketing, who are always focused on providing value first and over-delivering for our customers with every single purchase they make, how do we market our products and services in a way that allows us to get our message out into the world, dominate the competition, and create a lifestyle of freedom and abundance without sacrificing sales and profit? That's the riddle, and on this show, you'll find the answer. Hey, my name's Misha Wilson, and welcome to Marketing with Misha.
What is going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, coming at you for another episode of Marketing with Misha. Let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from as you hop on here. As always, if you guys get value, don't forget to comment, like, heart, and share. Hit that like button down here if you're watching this on YouTube. And obviously subscribe if you guys get value. So with that said, I wanted to go ahead and hop on here and talk about a question that I've been getting from quite a few of our students and people who I'm working with in kind of a one-on-one mentorship, situation. And it's kind of the elephant in the room right now with everything that's going on. All right. And that question very simply is, should I be aggressively selling my product? Should I be aggressively selling my services with all of the various, COVID, coronavirus, the panic, the fear, the financial hardships that people are facing, people being laid off from jobs, just the whole crazy situation that we're in right now? Should I be selling my products? Is it the right thing to do? Should I be pushing my service? I have one person in a multi-level marketing company. Should I be trying to recruit people into my multi-level marketing company, during this whole ordeal, right? So I want to go ahead and hop on here. Terry Lamb, let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from as you hop on here. And with that said, I'll go ahead and get this show kicked off. So really, I think there's a huge difference in the way you sell. Well, let me put it this way. Right now, I think it comes down to how you're selling versus whether or not you should be selling. All right. So as an example, if you're exploiting the fact that people are in a state of fear, if you're exploiting the fact that people are losing money, if you're exploiting the fact that people are, in a state of extreme uncertainty, financial hardship, getting laid off from work, not necessarily, having any income, etc., and really you're exploiting, maybe increasing your prices because now there's more demand for an online business, a home-based business, etc., because people desperately need a better way to start earning. That's where it can get kind of weird. All right. So I'm all for capitalism. I'm all for seizing an opportunity. I'm all for when there's demand, fill that demand with your product, take advantage of opportunity, etc. But we have to understand also that, look, I'm extremely blessed to really not be affected by this thing, knock on wood, so far business-wise, right? Of course, I'm quarantined up in my little office here, but that's kind of the usual for me as well. And so I'm not really affected in a huge way when it comes to business, but a lot of people when it comes to finances have been extremely affected by this. And so I think we have to be aware of that. We have to be conscious of that. And we have to kind of do the right thing in the sense of we don't want to, 3 or 4x our prices. We don't want to go out and take advantage of the fact that people don't have an income and now hard sell them into something that they wouldn't necessarily buy just because they don't have an income right now, and they'll make kind of an irrational decision that they'll look back on and end up, not really liking the fact that they made that decision. But on the flip side, what we can do and what I would highly recommend you doing is letting them know, look, we're in a time of crisis right now, and look, you might be looking for another income stream. You might be looking for an opportunity. You might be looking for a home-based business. And maybe now's the right time to start, because the truth is that whether or not there's a crisis, whether or not there's something like this COVID-19 going around, whether or not there's, the whole pandemic that's spreading across the entire world, life has risks, all right? There's always risks of getting laid off. There's always risks of the business you're working for going under. There's always risks of, something happening weird with your health where you can't necessarily work the way you'd like to. There's always risks in life. And while I'm not using the whole COVID-19, well, I don't want to, use it to scare you to try to get you to buy. Let's be real. There are always risks, and there's less risk if you can take, creating your own income and take your own financial future into your own hands long term. Because again, at that point, you control your destiny. You're not depending on someone else to give you a paycheck. You're not depending on someone else to essentially provide for you and your family. You're not depending on someone else to keep you afloat during a really tough time, which unfortunately we're all going through, right? And so that's kind of, to answer the question, the angle and approach that I would take. Long story short, I think, yes, my general belief is if you have a product or service that can help someone, and if your product and service is high quality and shows people how to make money online, shows people how to build an online business, now more than ever, a lot of people need those kind of products. And so if you have a high quality product that actually serves and you're not selling it, you're actually keeping that opportunity away from that person. All right, look at your product as a portal. Someone's unhappy and they want to be happy, and your product is that portal for them to go from that state of unhappiness to happiness. And so if you look at it that way, that's the portal. Literally, if you're not selling your product to the best of your ability, you are holding that portal back from them. You're keeping that opportunity from them to potentially change their life, to potentially better their life, to potentially completely and totally transform their lifestyle if they go through, if they execute, if they commit, and if they follow through. All right. Your responsibility is providing the best experience, providing the best product. Their responsibility is going through and executing upon it. All right. So should you be selling? Yes, absolutely. I think it really comes down to how you sell and kind of, how you exploit or don't exploit what's going on in the world right now. And I think if your message can be more of, benefit driven, more of letting them know the positives of starting a home-based business, no matter what the situation, but this is a perfect example that shows the value of having a home-based business and having an online business. And I think if you lead with that just a little bit more right now, look, your conversions might be slightly lower. Just to be totally honest, if you get in there and you convince someone based on fear, and if you convince someone based on, uncertainty, and if you convince someone to buy something using all the different hot points that are out there right now with fear, uncertainty, you being laid off, who knows what's going to happen next. If you really dig into all that stuff, yes, your conversions might be higher, right? Yes, you might be able to 10x your price and still sell your product. But at the same time, there's also the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. And in my personal opinion, and I might not be right, again, this is just my personal opinion, but 10xing your prices right now, diving in and just kind of drilling all the kind of tough pain points and uncertainty and fear and all that stuff and convincing people based on that, I personally just think that's the wrong thing to do. And what I will tell you this, absolutely, this isn't my opinion, this isn't my belief, this doesn't come down to belief, this is just fact. If you take that route, here's what's going to happen. You're going to make a bunch of sales very quickly. You're going to make a bunch of sales, probably really high conversions of a higher priced product. So potentially a bunch of revenue. I know that sounds really good, but 30 days from now, 60 days from now, you're going to have a bunch of pissed off, unhappy customers. They're all going to want refunds. You're going to have a total mess on your hands, and you're going to have a situation that really isn't worth the money long term because you're going to end up having to refund. If you don't refund, you'll have chargebacks. Trust me, I've experienced that when we've had a couple of salesmen go rogue in our business, and we've had to get rid of them. But I've experienced, again, having people convinced when it's not necessarily what they're looking to do, and it's no fun to deal with those customers long term. Where if you show them a solution, if they decide to buy that thing, if they decide that they're ready to get started with the solution, instead of being convinced, they get behind the decision themselves, they defend the decision themselves, they essentially latch on to the idea of, yes, this is what I want to do. And when they make that decision themselves, you have a happy customer, you have a customer you can serve, you have a customer that long term will get more value. And after all, in my opinion, you're doing the right thing. So that's my message for the day. Give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares, all that jazz if you guys are getting value. I hope each and every single one of you are doing well, safe. I hope your families are safe. I hope your families are doing well. And once again, we always wish the best for you. If you're a pro or a Top Earner Accelerator client here at SAN, please go ahead and check out the emails I've been sending you. Check out the videos I did in the TEA group. Amber's on here. If you're totally out of the loop, you can just ask Amber, what's up, what's going on? We're doing a special virtual intensive just for you guys coming up on Friday. And I look forward to working with all of you very soon. All right, guys, till next time, over and out.